Hey guys, and welcome to our first look at what cards to buy in October. This is going to be 10 cards that I personally would recommend between budgets of $10 and $10,000 that you should be looking at in October. Make your own minds up. This isn't really financial advice. This is just my take on 10 cards. This is my collector account, as you can see. It's gone up a lot in the last month, and it's plateaued a bit towards the end of September. The reason why is because I've just been selling loads of it. So I get loads in, I sell it, I get more in, I sell it. It goes up in price as well, all that sort of stuff. So we're going to go through the cards that I would recommend you look at and the reasons why I believe that is the case. We have this Eevee. Now, there is two versions of this card. You have the Eevee, which is the normal version here, and then you have the Pokemon Center one. I personally think the Pokemon Center one, I'm not going to show it. It has different graph and stuff, but is a lot higher risk for high reward, but the margin's much smaller. The multiplier margin is much smaller. So on this one, it's higher, although it's a smaller value in card. So let's have a look. So this one dipped back in July to about $5 a card. It started off at about 16, is that? $16 or so. Dropped down to about 5. We're back up now to about 12, 13. So if you can pick this up anywhere between what, 7 and the 10 mark, I think you're going to be doing all right. The grading side of things, it's really important to obviously look at what the grade is. But the grading side of things, if you're grading it a 10, a PSA 10, it's $170. So quite a big upturn from a 10-ish pound dollar card. So I think that's worth it for that reason. So I would start looking at this before. It's not going to be reprinted, or we don't expect it to be. So that curve where it's coming up, unless it goes up and down for other reasons, I think that was a reprint in the middle. I can't see it coming back down anytime soon. So that's your $10 card. Just a quick interlude in this video. I just want to let you know about our t-shirt sponsor, Into the AM. They have some wonderful t-shirts. They fit really nice as well. I feel like they fit really nice. I'm not looking for compliments, it's okay. They're quite loose around the waist, quite nice and tight around the shoulders and chest as well. So they're really nice. This is my normal size. I would normally wear an extra large. This is the extra large. If you're looking to get some nice t-shirts, intotheam.com/Sam. The Sam bit will give you a 10% discount automatically added at the checkout. If you forget to do the Sam bit at the end, just use code Sam and it will also give you 10% off-ish. Then we're going on to a $20 card. Similar story here. Started a little bit higher. This is the Pokemon Illustration Contest 2024 Pikachu. Basically, the premise of it was draw a Pokemon. There's a list of 20-odd Pokemon. Draw the Pokemon in the day in the life of. So this was the Pikachu Yawning. This is one of the ones that became the winners. They now, as an illustrator, work for Pokemon. Very cool. Nice story, nice backstory to it. And what I'm seeing here is that it's on the way up. It spiked, but then it's come back down. So it spiked at $20 and it came back down to 14, which is kind of where it really started. Not completely where it started, but where it started making some movements before. And then it's back on the up. Now, the thing that I'm looking at when I'm getting cards for my personal collection or for grading is what's the upside on the grade. So if you get a 10 in today's money, you're looking at $300 for a PSA 10. Pristine 10 is $350 for a $20 card. That's a lot of $20 cards hoping to get 10s, and these are promo cards, so these come in packs. These, unless they're battered, obviously you've got to look at them, but they typically are quite well centered. The main issue with these is the centering. So if you can get them well centered, they're typically not heavily played because you can't play them in competitions. They're a promo card, so might be a good one to look out for sure. There is a Japanese version as well. I don't know if it's got such an upside on the grading side of things though. Next one, really quite a popular card in my streams. I live stream every day, as you guys know. In my streams, I get asked about this Charmander all the time. All three of them, to be fair, but this is the promo. So this was a Charmander promo. Started off super low. I do not remember it being $8, $9 at all. I remember it being around here, $30 to $40 is where I'm thinking this card sits. So if you can pick it up at about these prices, the June July prices of $19.20, you'd be laughing. It's currently sitting at $41, so even if you get it at $30, it'd probably be all right. I wouldn't underpay for it just for the sake of it though. I'd make sure it's clean, the corners are nice, the edges are great, and the centering. You've got to get all 4 of those right to get a good grade, obviously. But if you do, you're looking at a PSA 10 of $390 and a CGC sitting at $625. Yo, for a $30-40 card, even if you paid $40 for it, like, that's a big upcycle, isn't it? That is a big upcycle if you're grading it. So keep an eye on this card for sure. Definitely one to keep an eye out. Now this one was flat for so long until it came to like September and it shot up. And I have one of these. So I think I bought it back here where it was like $30, which I thought was expensive at the time because it came in every 151 box, and then realised that 151 wasn't going to reprint anymore, and it's just gone crazy. So it was in every 151 UPC box. Again, $75 budget. If you're looking for that sort of money to spend, then if it gets a PSA 10, it is a 10x. Look at that. That is $730 if it's in a 10. So you could buy 10 of these, grade them all, and as long as one of them came a 10, you'd pay for the lot. Is that maths right? I don't know if that maths works. That doesn't sound right. But yeah, officially that's pretty good. Obviously, the reason why it's such a big jump, it's not that easy because they're not always well centered. They might have been inserted into these boxes badly. They might be scratched. So it might be really difficult to grade them. But if you can get a really clean copy for around this sort of price, then and it's got a good chance of a 10, then this is a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. Next one is the Unigaba Pikachu. I have a handful of these, literally 2 hand as well. So I've got a few of these here personally that I'm just getting ready for grading. I actually spent, I think it was $60. So I was around here just as it started to kick off at the end of August when I bought those. They're now sitting at $84, which is cool, right? I've already made $20 on these, which is nice. However, the grading side of things is where I'm hoping it will go to. So the 260 on the upside for PSA 10, 256, so about 260 for there. Black label is 600. I wouldn't send it to BGS personally. We don't live in the US, and I don't like those labels myself. So it'd more likely to be the PSA prices. I personally grade with Ace, but Ace aren't on this list, so I look at PSA prices for the upside. But if I paid 60 odd, wicked, it's going to upside to 260. Well happy with that. I'm already happy at the 84 it's sitting at, so it's just extra money, isn't it, that you could get off of it. I'll probably the 3 that I've got are really clean, so I'll grade all 3. My own personal thing is I'll probably buy 3 of something, grade all 3. If they all come back 10s, keep 1, sell the other 2. That pays for the one that I've got and a bit of profit. So that's normally how I try and do it. But that's where we are on this cycle with this card. Right, we're going up in price here. Next one is the $97 card. Again, another one from 151. This is the Blastoise. This is the alternate art, the bubble Blastoise. If you turn this card around the Blastoise, there's like a hollow circle. Yeah, it's kind of like the bubble Mew, but around the Blastoise. You can't even see it on here. It's just the hollow pattern. It's wicked. Anyway, it went up in price into about March, but then over the summer this year, it's been absolutely tanking, which I've been hoping to grab it a little bit lower than the 60. I should have probably realised it's flattening out here rather than just tanking, so I didn't actually pick any up. However, the grading side of things is starting to go back up as well. So currently, if you got one of these, even at 97, if you could pick it up less, obviously it makes sense, $60, $70, you'd be laughing. But excuse me, with the grading, look at this. Yo, CGC Pristine 10 was $1,000. Yo. Where they're sitting right now is PSA is $451 and CGC Pristine is $674. So if you can get a really clean copy of it, all of these, the answer to all of these is it must be really clean, great corners, great edges, great centering to even be a part of this video, right? You have to make sure that's the point. So yeah, that's where we're looking at for those, and which is a good, I think, is a bit more risky. You know, £100 to go to 500 if it's a 10 is a bit more risky than a 20 to 500. Obviously, you can buy a lot more of those for the same. But if you have a £100 budget for a card, then this is one that I think will continue to go up. It is the SIR Blastoise. It's Kanto. It's how many more reasons do you need to collect a Blastoise? So next one, I had 3 of these, sold 2, got 1 left. So this is the Pikachu. Now this is a Chinese exclusive Captain's Pikachu. One of the things is that Pokemon released Horizons on Netflix, and Captain's Pikachu is one of the new characters on there. So this card sat for ages and ages at around just under $100 for ages, like all year basically. It started off a little bit higher and then it just flattened out. But it is absolutely took a massive storm here, 250, and all the way up here at 260 is the highest it went to there. But it seems like it's flattened out. Maybe it's going to go up again. We're not 100% sure. The interesting thing with this is the grading side. So PSA is 630, so doubling your money. CGC's tripling your money at 900. But look how low it is down here compared to where it was. So it was at 1,000 with PSA. If it matches the height that we've seen in the raw price, then who knows where it's going to go. So for me, I bought the copies that I did back here. I think it was in June, July sort of time, maybe July. And I've already made enough on it anyway. Double my money on the grading just by grading it, so that's fine. In an Ace 10, cool. PSA is slightly more at 6 something, so pretty cool card. If you've got that sort of money, the £300 mark is pretty cool. Right, moving on to the biggest card in 151 is the Charizard. Now, I typically wouldn't say go get the biggest card out of 151. In my brain isn't necessarily that. However, looking at these graphs and watching the sales of this card over the past 6 months or so whilst I've been streaming, I have seen it go up, it's tanked, and then it's on its way back up again. And that's why I googled this, because I was like, you know what, this is actually going to be interesting to see. When it first came out, yeah, £120 card. Quickly rose in March to $290. And then by the time it came around to July, it was already at 180. So it not quite halved. It had taken a lot off, 110 off of that. So it's quite a lot of a drop. Now they're not going to reprint it, as far as we know. There's no sign of reprints, and there's messages out there that it's never going to be reprinted, all that. It's then done exactly what we expected to, and done a massive uptake again. So we're currently on a huge rise, and it's at like $300. The grading has only just started to track that as well in the last month or so. So if you can get one of these, and it is a 10 worthy card, again, you pick it up at $300. Anything less than that would actually be all right. You're ending up with a CGC Pristine at $5,000, or the PSA 10 at is that 1,300. So or just under 14 actually. So there's quite good numbers on there for sure, as like an upside, and it looks like it's only going to go up from there. It's the most popular card in the set. It's the biggest card in the set. It's probably one of the most asked for cards that we get in our streams. So yeah, if you've got the 300, this is one, and you can get it graded. It's clean, tick all the boxes. This is one that I would be looking at for sure. The next one is a really interesting one, a personal one for me. I picked up the stamp collection box, and these are the 2 promos that you get from it. An interesting one for me. This is one that I'm testing because it's not had that up, down, and back up. This is just solid up. And at Christmas, I was going to buy it. Where's Christmas? Down here. I was going to buy the 2 of them for $500. The Pikachu, this one, was worth $300, and the other one's like $150, something like that. So I was going to buy them at Christmas for $500, and I thought, oh, shall I not? I decided not to. Anyway, flash forward to here, and I was like, oh man, it's 1,100, and it's just going up. I'll wait for it to dip. The second it starts dipping, I'm going to wait however much time I decide to wait, and then I'm going to go again and grab it, because the grading is just doing this tracking with it, right? So what I did is I waited for it to dip to 1,060. I think I got it for 150, but 1,050. But since then, after that dip, it's already gone up a couple $100. So cool, made a couple $100. That's fine. I'm not sold it yet. I haven't made anything. It's unrealized, as we know. But grading it, it doubles your money. I know, because of my contacts in Japan, how clean this card was. So I was like, it's got to be 10 worthy for me. So this is. So fingers crossed it gets a 10. Then Then we're looking at 2,200. Whoever you grade it with. If you grade it with a black label at Beckett, look at that, 6,400. So it might be worth just sending it to Beckett. If you get it, if you don't get a 10, crack it and send it to somewhere else. But that is one of those ones that for 1,000, it's a bigger risk, but a bigger reward if you can get it nice and clean as well. Again, not people don't play this card. It's a typically better condition. The centering is typically quite good on these as well, because it's Japanese. So it's typically a lot better than a normal playing card. Then we're going on to the last one, which is a £10,000 card. Are you ready for this? It's quite new as well. The Mew. Now, there are a lot of fakes out there, and one of the ways you can tell if it's fake or not, I don't know how the fakes haven't realised this, but in the bottom left-hand corner of this card, there's a it says on the same as the Pikachu, actually, Captain's Pikachu. It's engraved almost. It says Pokemon logo is like engraved, and you can tilt it and you can see the hollow shine of that. But this is one of those ones that, yes, it's a £10,000 card. It seems to be on a trajectory of up. I know some people that are buying it here 8.4. It's on its way back up to 10. Grading side, PSA 10 is £20,000, and a CGC Pristine is 18.5. Black Label 125 grand. You know, so pretty cool. It's really rare, incredibly rare. In fact, I think they only did 1,151, so 151 at the end. 1,151, I think, or 10,151 copies of this card. So it's hard to get. It's limited edition. But if you've got 10 grand and you also look at this graph and go, you know what? If I can get it in a 10 and it's not fake, let's give it a go. So there you go. There is my video of if I had £10 to £10,000, what I would spend it on in October 2025. There are your 10 cards. Hopefully you guys get some good results from these. Let me know if you get any of these cards, or even if you have any of these cards, or even if your thoughts are like, nah, Sam, not that card. That's my nemesis. Then let me know, and I'll see you on the next video.